season. And I think the belief that your team has because of the experience of having gone through it before, I think ultimately gives the team the confidence, and it helps people kind of stay together in those moments.
And I think a lot will be said about Monday morning about, the Cowboys only got by a one-win team. A win's a win in the NFL. Let's go to the Ravens and Steelers. It's Tyler Huntley time for the Ravens in a heated rivalry in the AFC North. Harbaugh and Tomlin have been around forever. Kenny Pickett, he's just trying to stick around after the first drive of the game. Thrown down by Roquan Smith. He coming up a little bit wobbly. Another look at it. His head hits the turf. He would leave the game with a concussion. In comes Mitch Trubisky. Ravens already lead 3-0. J.K. Dobbins, Tim, how huge has he been coming off the arthroscopic knee surgery?
Yeah, it's good for the Ravens to have him back, especially with some of the other injuries they faced this year on offense.
Trubisky, one of his 3 interceptions on the day, intercepted by Smith. Justin Tucker would later kick a field goal, becoming the Ravens' leading scorer, passing Matt Stover. So it's 13-7 in the third quarter. Remember, they're trying to do this without Lamar Jackson, and now Huntley gets knocked out of the game with the concussion of his own. Mike, where do you go from here?
Anthony Brown.
Anthony Brown would come in.
Yeah. Undrafted free agent from Oregon, who transferred from DC. Next man up for the Ravens back.
It is. And second and goal, Trubisky trying to get the Steelers back into it. Pat Freiermuth, 16-14, and then the Steelers with no timeouts. Gus Edwards gets the handoff, and the Steelers have lost 11 of 12 against the Ravens. Roquan Smith.
Here's Roquan Smith. How'd you like your first Ravens-Steelers game?
Hey, I'm officially a Raven. We just beat the Steelers, so hey, no other way I'd rather have it, man. Come down to crunch time, and when those nerves going, special game, man, and it's a special ride, and I'm just grateful to be a part of it.
You were a big part of it today. You had the interception. You had a big sack. What was you're down your starting quarterback. You lose your backup quarterback halfway through the game. How important was it for this defense to kind of take control here today?
Absolutely, man. That's what we pride ourselves on defense, man. Being able to win games for us. And, there was a lot of adversity throughout the game. Obviously Lamar's down, and T. Hunt went down as well. And Brown, he stepped in, and he did what he had to do. And that's why he's here, man. So I have all the faith in those guys on the offensive side of the ball. We just got to keep chopping.
Very proud of our guys. I think it was the kind of victory that you can attribute to heart and character and toughness, and finding a way to get the job done, and never giving up, and never flinching and having each other's back in the end. So a lot of guys stepped up. There are 2 guys in this room, obviously, Anthony Brown and J.K. Dobbins stepped up in a big way when we needed it the most. That drive in the fourth quarter will go down in history as one of the great drives in this rivalry. It will in my mind, I promise you that.
Disappointing outcome, but really nothing mystical about it. We didn't do the things necessary to secure victory. Particularly how these 2 teams come together and the nature of these matchups. Points are precious. We turned the ball over when we were in scoring territory a couple of times, taking points off the board. We allowed a known legendary guy to block a kick. He's probably the leading kick blocker, active kick blocker in the NFL. He skinnied it in gap and blocked the kick, and then obviously we couldn't get the needed stop at the weightiest moment on defense. And so you do those things, you don't win, and we understand that.
Coach Tomlin always accountable, and I should clarify, the Steelers have lost 11-12 versus the Ravens with no Big Ben, and the Steelers have given the ball away regardless of who's playing quarterback. Pittsburgh threw at least 3 interceptions for the 3rd time this season. It's the first time they've done that since 2006. That was Big Ben's 3rd season in the league, but he already won a Super Bowl by then.
Keep in mind, Steelers are 5-8. Tomlin's never had a losing season. He's going to pretty much run the table to see if that streak continues. Seems unlikely. Also seems unlikely that Joe Burrow would be perfect against Patrick Mahomes and an 0 against the Browns. The NFL is just unbelievable. Second quarter, Burrow to Jamar Chase. And Tim, I want you to watch the back end of this. We're going to see the replay. Do you think these two have hooked up enough at LSU to kind of know the timing and the rhythm of each other?
Well, when you just stick the receiver with the ball, and he turns around and it's like, okay, fine, I'll catch it even though I'm not looking for it. Yeah, I think they're on the same page.
Mike, Samaje Perine, it's 13-3. Burrow called it ugly, but they had a 10-point lead at the break.
Yeah, last couple of weeks, Samaje Perine's played really well, and now with Mixon coming back, they could really be productive in the run game.
Tim, flea flicker time. This will put it out of reach.
It sure will. A little trickeration, and that gets Urban wide open, and Cincinnati does a nice job with some of these gadget plays.
And Max showed you what the Ravens did, so the Bengals needed to win to keep pace in the North. They're both 9-win teams. Statistically, Mike, Deshaun Watson was a little bit better than last week. 26 for 42 for 276.
Yeah, it's coming. We're seeing the flashes of it. Still a little rustier with this interception, but it was meaningfully better than the week before in Houston.
23-10, again, tied atop the division next to the Ravens.
All right, Titans have won 9 of the last 10 games against the Jaguars, including 5 straight. Tannehill on the play action goes to Derrick Henry. Shaquille Quarterman knocks it loose. Big hit right there. Josh Allen recovers it for the Jags. Jags with the ball now. Lawrence, Zay Jones down the sideline. Nice juggle and grab. Keeps his feet in. Jaguars take a 20-14 lead, so we go to the third quarter. Eventually, same score. Nice toe tap work.
Well, Green in there.
Down there in Nashville, third quarter, same score, under 8 minutes to play. Second and goal. Lawrence takes the handoff, and Teddy just takes it in himself.
His athleticism is something I don't think people have talked about enough. That's a really athletic play by Trevor Lawrence.
3 minutes left in the third. Evan Ingram, if you have this guy on your fantasy bench, that was a bad move. 21-yard score. A heck of a catch. 11 catches, 162 yards, and 2 touchdowns today. Incredible work from Trevor Lawrence. He had himself a day. Former #1 overall pick, became the first player in Jags history to throw for 300 yards, 2 touchdowns, and rushed for another touchdown in the same game. Now he's talking on TV.
Just shows the city's made of in the direction we're headed. I think that's huge, and to have to get some momentum back this last stretch, at the end of the season. Obviously, these games are huge if we want to give ourselves a shot at the postseason. And I think this is, you can't win 5 until you win 1. Like I said after the Ravens game. So same mindset. We still believe everything's in front of us. Leadership. Coach always says culture is not built on when everything is going good. It's built on when you're at your worst. Like how's our culture going to withstand with everything going bad. So I think leadership just need to step up. I need to step up and just rally together. Stay together. Like I said, we've been through adversity before. This one definitely is tough, but all you can do is make corrections, get better, and go out there and try to win the game, and work throughout the week, make each other better, and continue to do those things. I've been saying over and over the past couple of weeks, but that's all it is to it.
Derrick Henry talked about adversity, Tom Brady adversity. Today, third worst loss of his career, 35-7. Here he is live at the mic on SportsCenter.
Yeah, just, I think all year we never get off the fast starts. We're behind and turns into a pass-a-thon, and it's hard to play football like that. So, it's a good football team. They're good. They played well today. Brock played really well. They made a bunch of plays, offensively and defensively and special teams, and we didn't make many offensively, we didn't make many defensively, we didn't make many on special teams. So, you win because you make plays. You keep them from making plays. They make plays and keep you from making plays. You lose by 28 points.
What advice would you have for drafting so late?
He played really well. He threw a lot of good balls, hung in there in the blitz, and they did a good job. They did a really good job. Good job running it. Good job throwing it. They played really well.
All right, fellas, it's time for your takeaways. Again, we'll have plenty of time to marinate on that loss for the Bucs and how Brock Purdy continues to play so well as Mr. Irrelevant, who's now become as relevant as anyone. Week 14 takeaways. Tim, we're going to start with a statement. I mean, Daily Wager would have like 10,001 to odds that you were going to say this sentence right here.
Hey, listen, I think the Detroit Lions have a path to 10 wins. Like, don't look now. Listen, if they can't get to 10, they're really close to getting 9. Look at the remaining schedule. I mean, there's a lot in front of them. The remaining schedule, just so you're clear, Jets, Panthers, Bears, Packers. Okay, and who knows what Green Bay is doing that last week of the season. So this is also a team that, 5 of their losses are one-score games. I just think that Dan Campbell has kind of a toughness and grit. Talk about culture. You hear Derrick Henry talking about culture. There's a toughness culture, a competitive culture in Detroit that Dan Campbell is building, and I think it shows with how that football team plays, and their schedule is really favorable.
Mikey had the eye on the Cowboys.
Yeah, I'm going to take Tim's toughness and raise it even a little bit higher, and that's the Dallas Cowboys defense. We're always talking about Dak Prescott, Zeke Elliott, Tony Pollard, but after that interception late in the game, Houston could put the game away. They're at the 4-yard line. It's first down, and this sequence may be what changes the trajectory of the Dallas Cowboys season, because we know what they can do on one side of the ball, but this shows toughness, competitiveness. They keep Houston out. Understandably, Lovie Smith is going to go for the win here, not kick a field goal. So third down, DeMarcus Lawrence makes a great play. I don't question the decision at all by Lovie Smith. They don't execute it well. And this sets up Dak Prescott to have an opportunity. Without this goal line stand, that 98-yard drive doesn't matter. So when we talk about a Philly-Dallas showdown, because of that side of the ball, Dallas can stand toe-to-toe with anybody, including the Eagles.
Just a reminder, Arizona New England on ESPN tomorrow, Chargers Dolphins tonight. You'll see Purdy again in 4 days. The Niners will play in Seattle, and then 3 games on Saturday. So we got Monday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday football.
All right, gentlemen, thank you. As always, see you next week. Tom Brady giving out 83 tickets to family and friends today, but it was the ball he gave out that sparked